Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tony the GM. Rainy day. Listening to some Jet YouTubers last night. Jet fans are a disaster. First off, you couldn't see quarterback talent, but it hit you right in the face. I am raising Drew Aller to generational talent. My past Jet calls have been Zach was undraftable. I said that I gave 500 grades out of 130 to 5 different quarterbacks: J.J. McCarthy, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Shuck, who I wouldn't have taken in the first round. I would have taken him in the second because of injury. And finally, Drew Aller. I'm not done with Mendoza. He might get that. If you support them, they should be franchise quarterbacks. That's exactly what I'm saying. So far, only 2 have played, and it looks like they're doing pretty well. Jet fans, they make huge mistakes all the time. First of all, you got to get off social media when it comes to looking at quarterback talent. If you're not spending 40 hours on a quarterback, don't just regurgitate what you hear from other people. Don't what you're hearing from me, don't trust me. You need to look for yourself. There's certain key things you need to see in a quarterback. You guys are just naming names. I'll give you the first hint. If you have arm strength plus arm talent, you have a huge lead on becoming a franchise quarterback. The majority of quarterbacks coming out, Moore needs to stay a year. He doesn't even have enough tape to look at. He's in a great quarterback system. If you think drafting Moore at 20 years old in the top 3 after we just drafted Zach having one good year is a good idea, I can't help you. Simpson only throws the ball at one speed. He does not have huge arm talent. Okay, that's an issue when he's throwing the ball down the field. Again, there's not enough to go by there. Okay. He's also in a perfect situation, both of them, for a quarterback. That's not where you want to shop for a quarterback. If all you're doing is hitting the protected pocket, clean throwing lane, wide open college receiver, okay, that's not an NFL quarterback. I can't. The third thing that we have to, I brought up arm strength. The next thing that you need to talk about, which is also very important, is you have to look at the top end of a quarterback's athletic ability. A lot of these quarterbacks in college are playing at their absolute highest level. You can't just bring that up to the pros. This is what the biggest mistake of drafting quarterbacks is. Okay, I had Cam Ward, as undraftable last year. I would have never touched him. Okay, there was a reason for that. He had enough arm strength. He had some arm talent. He was missing every single thing else on tape. Absolutely. But at least Ward could throw a touch. A lot of the quarterbacks you're naming, Nussmeier's an absolute bust. I said it here first. Absolutely, he stands no chance. Same thing with Mateer. Okay, he stands with no chance in New York. Okay, you need a special type of quarterback in New York. Now, I'm going to be making a video on actual quarterbacks with arm talent and quarterbacks with dual threat abilities. You need to stay tuned to that. I'm tired of just hearing the same things. Answer the question. Aller is not good. Why? Tell me why. Don't say things like he couldn't beat UCLA. He made an interception in crunch time. That's not drafting a quarterback. That's making the same exact mistakes that you made with Sam Darnold. Same exact mistakes. Okay? We need to learn from our mistakes. The kid checks every single box as a future franchise quarterback. Top arm strength's incredible. Best arm talent probably of at least the last 5 years. Makes every throw in the book. Perfect quarterback frame. Tough runner. Okay? He's following progressions. He's not getting support. He's not getting wide receiver contested catches. He's not getting wide receivers breaking free at the line and getting open. He's carrying the team. All you have to do is go back and look at his freshman tape. I believe it's the third play he ever made. He shows pocket presence. He leaves the pocket. He makes room. He's running forward. And he throws a layered throw all in one play. A multi-skill set play. This is what you need to look for when you're drafting a quarterback. I'm sorry, guys, I can't help you any more than that. We can't go through this again. Trust me. Drew Allar is generational, and as of now, the only pure top 5 quarterback in this draft. He's the number 1 quarterback in this draft. I'm not fully done with Mendoza. I could talk until I'm blue in the face. You're not watching film. You're watching a couple of highlights. You're looking up some stats. You need to dig deep. He rarely makes a mistake. His mistakes come from hero ball. I made a video on that. Trying to win games. I can't help you any more than that. Okay? The only 2 options as of now are probably Allar and Mendoza in New York. Trade the pick. Trade down. And get yourself something if they're not available. I said Sellers has huge upside. There's a lot of warning signs. Green has huge upside. There's some warning signs. Sawyer Robertson doesn't have top-end talent, but he has arm talent. There's something to work with. If you don't have a quarterback and you trade down a few times and load up the roster and draft him, I don't have an issue with that. You have a couple, I think you have 3 dual threat quarterbacks that, if you want a dual threat quarterback, obviously Sellers. You have Taylor Green that you definitely, he walks onto the field and he's better than Fields. Klubnik and King are also the same. Okay, don't mention another quarterback, please. Okay, you could say, oh, I like him. Tell me why. Say the reason why. Why don't you like Allar? Tell me. Okay, I would love to learn why. Okay, somebody told me is not a reason. Okay, exactly. I mean, you need to learn where we made our mistakes. Come on, Jet fans, do some research and let's be smart with this high pick that we will have. And the other thing is play Cook. What do you have to lose? I mean, you're wasting your time with Fields. Meanwhile, you have a quarterback on the bench who is athletic, who has enough arm, but we're not giving him a chance. Let's turn next year into another New Orleans Rattler situation. Okay? Where you give a kid 4 starts, he goes 0-4, but he shows 1 or 2 plays, and everybody's like, oh yeah, he got to be the starter. You need to evaluate him correctly. Take care, guys. I can't help you any more than that today.